What's going on, everybody? Toby coming at you. This is a week from the last video I did, or the first video I did about my open heart surgery. Today is Saturday, the 22nd of February. There's 1 week left in February. And so my surgery actually was on the 2nd of February, so we're 20 days since then. All right. So I will start with this so you can see how it's going, the healing progress so far. So as you can see, it's, I think, and Kylie thinks, it's healing up pretty nicely. I'll show you right here. I'll put a picture next to me of the day they were removing sutures, the day I was discharged, so you can see that was most current after surgery, if you will, after before leaving the hospital till now. So, yeah. So, a couple things. As I go through this, I'm kind of struggling to go whether, like I said, whether I was going to do weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. So the intent of these videos, as I said, is to really help everybody learn updates of how I'm doing. Because I'm still getting, hey, checkups, how you doing? Just checking in on you, see how you're doing, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the other thing also is to hopefully help people anybody that's kind of starting to go through this or partway through this or whatever, just my experiences. Maybe I can help. Maybe you can learn something from either my mistakes or something that I'm doing that I found works really well. So. Any noises, blame on her. She's over there in the kitchen.
Sorry.
No worries. So the first thing that came to mind earlier in the week when I was making these notes was my kids. Okay, this is of course age dependent when I say this, but we chose, and I think it was the right idea, is to be honest with our kids. We always are, and we told them what was going on. When our son Samuel came home for Christmas break from college. We didn't tell our daughter yet. We wanted to tell them both at the same time. Then we explained to them what was going on. And even then, we told them we anticipated stents. And as you saw from the last video, it's not at all what happened. So, but we told them from start to finish how things had been going, what was going on. We showed the videos that I showed you all last week of what a catheterization is, open heart surgery. We explained everything to them. The biggest thing of all was I told them, I'm not going anywhere. I am here. Okay, I said, your dad is not dying. It's not the end of life. We just wanted to reassure them of that. But it wouldn't be fair to them. We didn't think. She's now 18. She was 17 at the time, and he is 19.
Yes.
He'll be 20 in July this summer. So good Lord. Anyway, so that was a big thing for us. That's one of the things that I thought would lead. So whether it's your kids, parents, close family members, brothers, sisters, whatever, secrets are not good, especially in stuff like this, in my opinion. So. It also demonstrates life is too short to hold grudges or have any kind of falling outs or anything. This kind of stuff humanizes and makes things real, the reality of how delicate our lives are. So the next thing was I wanted to say was the topic I've called it here is pushing me to get mobile. So I still remember this. I got out of surgery. I woke up. They moved me into the next room. And I know it wasn't within minutes, but that was Sunday morning when the surgery took place. And it had to have been within hours of after they removed the breathing tubes and everything. They got me into a chair, just a chair. And they had it for me the whole time. And within minutes of me getting there was a pain in the butt to get me the chair, because I had to learn very quickly how to. They gave me the pillow. I had to hold on to a pillow, squeeze the pillow, roll over on my side. They had to help lift me up, get me in the seated position on the bed. They talked, but they were so professional about it. But they talked me through how to stand up. They helped me stand up. And, you're just getting out of this, and you're like, this is still fresh, hours fresh. And you're like, I don't want to move, right? But the thing is the faster you get mobile, the faster your body starts, the quicker, more efficiently, your body starts to heal. Sorry, it still gets me. But, what?
So
she's holding a knife in a threatening manner, so I have to let her talk.
Surgery was at noon on Sunday. When we came back Monday morning, visiting hours were at 8 o'clock, you were walking. You were not in bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the hell is my husband? Like,
okay, so
there was no
shows
chair.
You how messed up my memory was.
The chair wasn't until you moved out of the NICU. Or not the NICU, listen to me. The CVSU, cardiovascular.
Intensive care unit. That's odd. So
maybe listen.
Maybe they moved the chair. I don't know, but I remember
Not the
distinctly that what?
It wasn't the very first day.
So okay, so they gave me Sunday, I
Maybe the
guess.
next day, 'cause I was sick.
Maybe it was the next day. Y'all came up Tuesday.
Nope, I came up Monday.
Okay,
but
okay.
Because I was sick and I didn't see you again until Friday.
Okay.
Thursday night.
So they came up Monday. So maybe it was until Monday morning. Maybe I got the rest that day. I thought it seemed like, in that condition, it seemed like it wasn't too long after. But they got me up, put me in that chair, and they told me from this point forward they wanted me to have every meal in that chair. So if I was in bed when the meal served, they wanted me to get up and move over to the chair to eat. But the funny thing was with it seemed like they got me in that chair, and within a few minutes of that chair, it felt like, I believe in my thinking, it couldn't have been more than 15 minutes or so that they wanted me up walking. And so I guess me being who I am, I was like, okay, let's get this done, right? And I guess so from what Kylie just said, that must have been Monday morning time frame, sometime before they got there, because they stood me up, it got me up. I held the heart thing, and can you? No, you're busy. I'm gonna cut away. Let me get that heart. It's on the couch. That's cut away. So when I got to the surgery, this is one of the pillows they handed me because we care, and it has the heart mapped on it. Pretty cool, I thought. So this was kind of my anytime I wanted to get up out of the bed, get up out of a chair, get up to go to the bat, whatever it was, I would hold the heart like this. Anytime I cough or sneeze, this kind of goes under a different topic, but this is how I would get up. So I got up that day when they got me up out of the chair to be mobile. They said, you can hold this. We're going to put a walker in front of you, and you can hold that. I stood up, and but they made it easier because they also had one of those, I guess it's like a strap that they strapped the pillow around to me, which made it easier for me to it supported me. And so it made it easier for me to stand up. And I even felt to the point in my body that I was like, do I need to hold the walker? And they said, you don't have to, but we are going to have it in front of you just in case. So I let the walker stay in front of me. What?
The hoses were all hanging over the
Yeah, they had the hoses, all the colostomy bag, they had everything, the oxygen, all that stuff was all hanging off of or strapped to this walker. And they were moving that walker in front of me as I walked around the nursing stations and down the hallways and stuff. And I think I might have done 2 laps, but I'm not 100% sure. I might have been. That was later on. I know I was doing 2 laps, but it was. They were really pushing for mobility. So I'll tell you, that wasn't easy, but it hurt less than laying in bed. the funny thing is my real motivation came at the very end when I came around the corner. And it was weird, guys, because I didn't have my glasses, so everything was kind of blurry. I can see things like a whole picture, but I can't really see a lot of details. It's like seeing standard definition versus 4K, I guess, maybe. But I don't know, it felt like I believe I was 15 feet from the door entrance to my room. And I didn't realize it, but Kylie and Sam and Becca were standing there looking in my room, and they didn't see me. And then I heard Rebecca look over at me and go, "Dad!" It surprised them that I was standing up and walking. And it motivated me to hear them and see them there. So that was helpful. But like I said, the biggest thing to take away of that is they want you to be moving. They don't want you to do it unsafely or unhealthily. They will help you in a form or fashion. They're supposed to. But again, it's staying in your bed in the hospital after surgery is the worst thing you can do, because it encourages stagnation. It encourages germs to set in. It encourages infections. It doesn't promote healing or whatever. So listen to them when they talk about that, and they encourage you to do it. Do it as much as you possibly can. The next challenge, what?
Within reason.
Well, that's what I said, safely and healthily. The next topic I had was sleep. That really stands out to me a lot. So in the hospital, I had a hard time with that because I have sleep apnea, and I have a CPAP machine. So I generally sleep at a very low breathing rhythm. And so when they had the oxygen on me, the alarms on the machine that was monitoring my oxygenation was going off like every 15 minutes or more, because I would exhale everything. I would exhale oxygen, and then I would pause, I guess, in my sleep, and then inhale. And if I wasn't on if those of you who have sleep apnea with a CPAP machine especially, so it's what the machine does. It forces you to maintain a rhythmic breathing pattern, so you don't like choke on your tongue, or you don't stop breathing in the middle of sleep. And that machine kept on going off and waking me up all through. And then Kylie arranged to have my CPAP machine dropped off at the hospital. I guess it was Tuesday, Wednesday time frame.
Will brought it Wednesday.
Wednesday. So, thank you to Will for bringing that CPAP machine up. They wouldn't let him come into the room, but they let him bring it to the station entrance, and he brought it there. But the funny thing was, that still did not stop the machine from going crazy. Let me back up. The machine they had me on for oxygen, they had the full face piece for me to sleep with at night. They had the full mouth and nose covering, and I couldn't stand that thing because it was forcing oxygen down into my passages, and it was really making my throat and my nasal passages raw because it was just ongoing, and it was hard to stop it or control it. Anyway, so when my CPAP machine, which is just a nasal pillow, was brought, it made my sleep easier, but it still did not stop the consistent alarms of the oxygenation from that machine, that sensor going off. It was still doing it. I had to, anytime it had to go off, it was funny because in the cardiac intensive care unit in Jewish Hospital, while they were waiting for me to go up for surgery, they just turned the alarm off because they saw I was breathing, they saw everything was working, common sense took effect, and they turned the alarm itself off so that they would still see the readout, but they turned the alarm off. Up in the actual unit after the surgery, they would not turn the alarm off because, of course, the precautions for it. And like I said, the alarm just kept going off. And so whenever I hear that alarm, I'd have to kind of stir from my sleep a little bit, enough to where I could breathe, in a rhythmic manner so that it would shut it off. And then I would kind of go back into my sleep pattern that I'm used to, and then again it would sound it off. It would set the alarm off again. home, sleep at home since I've been home. So I've been home 2 weeks now, and I slept great the first night home in my own bed. It was wonderful. And since then, it has been sporadic. They prescribed me a pill. It's a 325 milligram pill of oxycodone and acetaminophen combined, and it's as needed. I've only taken it at night because it's supposed to be for like 6 hours, so I took that as opposed to, instead of doing like a regular acetaminophen over the counter, because those are only supposed to go 4 to maybe 6 hours, and so that the other one, the prescribed one, gave me a little bit longer sleep. But I can't say that it consistently did, because I would take it, I would go to sleep at some point a couple hours later, and again, I would say this is a combination of the sleep pattern and the healing process, because it was still a lot of discomfort. I won't say pain, I would just say discomfort, because everything is healing nicely, but the skin is going to heal faster than the bone underneath, and that's where the discomfort lies. The pain medicine would reduce the discomfort or pain enough for me to go to sleep, and then it would the medicine would subside, and then around 2 or 3 in the morning, it would be enough to wake me up out of sleep, and so then I would take some over-the-counter acetaminophen 500 milligram tablets, and then try to go back to sleep. And I could, but it was still just restless sleep. So sleep, for the most part, for the last 2 weeks has been off and on. It's been inconsistent. Last night actually was pretty good. I slept pretty much through the entire night, except when over 50, and you still have those multiple bladder invasions. So, and I got to sleep. Well, yeah, I might have slept better than usual because I got some last night too. So doctors may not like that, but I don't care. So pain and soreness. I've got 2 different listings here for pain. I put down for pain and soreness, and then fatigue is a separate one. I'm going to talk about these together. All I can stress on this with anybody going through this, and for those who are asking me how I'm doing, as you can see, I am feeling better. The physical therapist that came by on Tuesday last week and echoed what Kylie and I have been talking about already, is I have to, it's easy. We all get, watch TV, going to work, whatever you're doing, sitting in your car driving, and you tend to slump, right? You tend to do that. Unless you're trained and you've got your mind set on great posture, then God bless you. Whatever, you're awesome, you're perfect. I'm not. So I tend to slump, whatever. So I have to maintain and try to hold my posture up more to make sure this stays stretched or stays in a normal position, so to speak, right? So, because that's helping with the sternum, the bone healing, the bone mending, right? So pain is there, soreness is there. The hardest part for me, again, it's, if you're like me, you want to get moving, you want to do stuff, and folks, I am feeling better, so thank you. I can't express that enough. Thank you, and feel free to keep checking. I'm not saying stop or I'm getting tired of it. I'm not. It's encouraging. But for those that are, if you're ever going through this, you got to be patient. It sucks, but you got to be patient. The pain, the soreness, it will go away. It's a little bit each day. It really is. Fatigue, I would say that comes with the territory, but this is different for me because, if you think you don't get a full night's sleep while you're healing, and then you feel tired throughout the day, and then there's days where you might get a full night's sleep and you still feel tired because your body is not able to operate and move at the same speed, pace, condition that you were doing before the surgery. You have to work back to that. So all the in-between times, whether you're sitting at your work, if you're teleworking, if you're going to work physically, if you're sitting there watching TV with your family, if you're out driving around doing errands, or just driving around going someplace and then you're out walking there, you're going to feel that fatigue faster when you take a pause, right? You're going to feel it. It's there. I don't know how else to say it. It's part of the healing process. I'm still encouraging myself that I know I will get past this. It's hard. That's all I can really say. The other part of this, though, the next topic I put is, and this is hard, is the dependent on others. Okay, anybody going through this, you cannot be prideful. There is no shame in asking anybody for any kind of help. I mean, when I was in the hospital, that full week, they bathed me every couple of days or every day.
Every day.
Every day they bathed me. And I may not remember some of them, I don't know. But it's humbling and they do it professionally, they do it calmly, they do it, they do it as it's supposed to be done thoroughly for you. But all I can tell you, like I say, is anything, even something as simple as bathing, if it's as simple as getting something off a top shelf, it's something as simple as pushing your chair in. Because when you get this surgery, I am told I'm not supposed to lift with either arm anything more than 10 pounds. It's 5 or 10 pounds. So initially when you get home from the hospital, it's going to hurt to push a chair in. It really is. It's going to hurt to try to lift or pick up things that we take it for granted. We really do. So swallow the pride. Have no shame at all in asking for help. Anybody. If you're single and you don't have a wife or a girlfriend or somebody living with you, even more so. What? I said single, period.
No,
so
I said it can happen to women too.
I know that. I just said husband. I didn't say wife. If you're single and you don't have a spouse or girlfriend, is that better? The point is, don't be afraid. Please put the shame aside, the pride aside, and ask for help. Because if you stretch or push yourself beyond the limits of what you're supposed to be holding off on while this is healing, you're going to make it worse. So the next thing they gave me was breathing exercises. So they gave me two different handheld tools. One is for practicing my exhaling, and one is for practicing and working on my inhaling. One of them sounds like a duck call. The other just sounds like you're inhaling and it's a breathing compressor, if you will, type of thing. I'll show you a video here of me doing the inhaling one. And there's one here also of me doing the exhaling one. So you understand, like I said, there's one of them silly, but the physical therapist explained that the one that sounds like a duck call, it does that the way it's designed is to vibrate or reverberate through the tube as you're blowing out. It's meant to do that, especially early on, to help break up in your exhale. It breaks up any phlegm that might be in your lungs or mucus so that it can be expected out of your body or coughed out. But they encouraged me in the hospital to do that at least once per hour. So while I was in the hospital, I was making it a point at the top of every hour, I would do both. Like clockwork. I was doing them pretty dang routinely every single day while I was in there. Now that I'm home, not so much. I'll just leave that there. I have done my exercises, but I haven't done them nearly as consistently. Of course, you're laying in a hospital bed, sitting in a chair, walking, and you get nothing else to do. Here, I've got things to distract me or occupy my mind. So, but what?
I hurt my thumb.
Oh, I'm sorry. But so, yeah, so like I said, the breathing exercises, they are critical, they are important. I have been doing them even if I don't use the machines, I still practice the breathing. So that's something to continue on also. Again, it helps you to work on expanding your lung intake and capacity so that you get back to normal or even more improved breathing ability and opening your airways for, walking, running, whatever it is you're going to do. The last thing I wanted to cover is just to say thank you. You all have overwhelmed me and my family in a positive way with the texts, the phone calls, Facebook, social media messages, checking in, seeing how we're doing, asking if we need anything. My work, friends, family, all of them, all of you have. I don't deserve this as much. I don't deserve it. Thank you. It's everybody checking on me, just asking, just spending time, taking time out of your lives to call me or text me and see how I'm doing. Huge, again, shout out to my supervisor, Will, for bringing the CPAP to the hospital for me.
Shout out to Des.
Huge shout out to Des because Windrow Therapy actually placed a few grocery orders and blessed us with a large assortment of oranges and apples and other items that are low sodium or no sodium as best she could. Thank you. Whether it's in the content creators group, it's in my chapter, it's on social media. What?
Thank you for prayers.
Yeah, that's.
Because it's all some people have been able to do.
It's, folks. I don't care. Whatever your status is, whatever you're doing, thank you for texts. Thank you for the prayers. Prayers are the powerful thing that have helped me, encourage me, and get me through this. And I can't thank you enough for them. Men's group, the Bible study, church, everybody, family. Thank you. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for the texts, the calls. I can go on Facebook and just see, how they say scroll through. I could scroll and watch the page spin, and the comments would keep going. So, thank you. I don't really have anything else to add to that other than saying thank you. And like I said, I'm not done. I've got physical therapy exercises that I'll be kicking in. I have my follow-up appointments this week with both the VA doctor that did the catheterization and the Jewish hospital doctor that did the open heart surgery. I've got follow-ups with both of them this week. And then next week, hopefully next week sometime, I think that's actually the day after, Sunday or Saturday probably, I think, will be when I hit the imposed deadline of when I might be able to start driving again. So it's slowly progressing. But I think that's all I have for now, y'all. If anybody has any questions, hit me up. Hit the comments up. I'm going to share this video. I've been sharing this video on my Facebook main page, in any family pages, groups that we have, on my YouTube channel, Instagram too as well. I've been sharing it in all these places. Like I said, y'all, primarily, it's not that I don't want to thank each person individually. It's extremely it's a blessing. It's an overwhelming blessing to have everybody checking on me. And I figured this would be the best way to let you know how I'm doing, what's going on, and to continue to express my gratitude and my thanks. So, same thing, I know. But aside from that, I don't know if I'll do a video next weekend. I will. It depends upon what's going on, how I do, what we're progressing through. As I go through this each time, it may be decide on whether I'm doing it for a week out if I don't have enough information to share, versus 2 weeks out having more information to share. So, if you'd like me to do another video next week, please let me know. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I will. But anyway, until the next time I get on here with updates, thank y'all. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Keep it coming if you want to. I know I'm in your prayers. As I said in the last one, mine is recoverable. Okay, this is me healing. There are those out there that are battling through things like cancer and other things that are terminal diseases. Please keep them in your prayers as well. So, aside from that, Kai, you got anything? Did I miss anything? Okay. She's not shaking her head no. All right. Well, I love y'all. Thank you so much again for all your support. And stay blessed. Love on your families. And we'll see you next time.